Hey there. Merry Christmas. Today's Boxing Day, day after Christmas. Today we're going to talk about a case that was from 2001, and the case is Jennifer Stewart Gorman. And this one is extra scary because the perpetrator uses the OSA scare tactics on the victim himself, which it definitely makes you think that she was not his first victim. So let's read through the story and we'll discover the crimes, we'll discover the people, and we'll discover who was there. So the title of this is Scientology Sex Assault Nightmare, and it is a story published on October 2nd, 2005, and it's from the New York Post. So this came all the way out of California to the New York Post in 2005, 4 years after it happened. 5 years after it happened. Former Scientology staffer is breaking her silence about being sexually assaulted 100 times at ages 16 and 17 by the church supervisor she was ordered to live with, and then receiving threats and intimidating phone calls when she reported the abuse. 5 years ago, Gabriel Williams, then a 27-year-old chief supervisor at the Church of Scientology in Mountain View, California, forced then 16-year-old Jennifer Stewart to have intercourse with him on the first evening she moved in, according to her statements in court records. After Williams was charged with rape and sodomy with a minor, and later convicted of sexual battery and sodomy, Stewart's family endured death threats, stalkers, and other harassment. We want the world to know that when Tom Cruise called psychiatry a pseudoscience, it's all part of Scientology's plan to brainwash people, said Stewart's husband, Tom Gorman, referring to the actor's Today Show interview in June. Stewart believed that if she went to the police, she would not be able to avoid being sent to a psychiatrist. According to Scientology, psychiatry is a source of evil. Members who see psychs or take psychiatric drugs will be declared SP, suppressive person, and can't achieve spiritual freedom. In a related civil suit brought by Stewart against Williams and the church, she recently received as part of the settlement a generous monetary resolution, and her attorney, although the church admitted no wrongdoing, it forked over about $700,000, sources say. Stewart's ordeal began in 2000 when she became a supervisor under Williams at the church in the San Francisco area, where she and Gorman were raised as Scientologists. Remember, Gorman is the guy she marries later. She had come to know Williams as someone who made lots of overt sexual comments about women, she says. Still, she was told by a senior church staffer that the church had ordered her to work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and to live with Williams and his fiancée at their San Jose flat, which was closer to the church than her home, making carpooling easier, she says. At the time, Williams was a highly regarded member of the church, so the arrangement made sense. It seemed safe, said her father, Michael Stewart. According to court documents, the church said it refutes any order by management instructing the victim to stay with Williams. After Williams assaulted Stewart the first night, he did so again next, telling her, "I'll kill you if you say anything," according to the police report. Williams told me everything that was happening was my fault because I'd been evil in a past life, said Stewart. If I told anyone, I'd be sent to a psych and be taken away from my family. Only after Gorman became suspicious of bruises on Stewart's body in May 2001 did she admit what Williams had been doing, he said. The next day, Gorman and Stewart told Stewart's father, Michael Stewart, took his family out of the church and hid his daughter. A few days later, he told church authorities what Williams had done. A deputy special affairs officer told me not to go to the police. said the elder Stewart. If we did, we'd lose Jennifer to child services. The church had no knowledge of the relationship between Williams and Stewart, and upon learning of the allegations and determining that Gabe and Jennifer were indeed having a relationship, Gabe was immediately fired, said Jeff Quiros, president of the Church of Scientology, San Francisco. Quiros sent the Post several testimonials from acquaintances and colleagues of Stewart and Gorman, which he said would have entered as evidence in the criminal proceedings had Williams not struck a plea deal that settled the case without trial. Elliot Abelson, an attorney for Quiros Church, emphasized that the church never knew about Williams' behavior, that Williams was fired within a day of them finding out about the allegations, and that there had been no other such cases within the church. Roll my eyes here. Michael Stewart finally went to the cops on his daughter's 18th birthday when the fear of losing her to the state no longer loomed. More than a year after his last assault on Stewart, Williams was arrested in Florida in 2002 by a San Jose detective, according to the DA in the case. While Williams was waiting for his criminal case to be heard, Stewart, who had married Gorman in 2002 and now lives with his family in San Francisco, filed a civil suit against him and the church. Excuse me. Yawn, yawn. That's when the threats began. They said, on one occasion, a man phoned Gorman's father and said, SPs don't live long. Your son and his wife, Jennifer, will be dead soon, according to the police report. Who else would use the term SP, said the younger Gorman. Such incidents continued up until 3 months ago, he says. After doing about 8 months in jail, Williams was released last year. Now on probation, he lives in Clear Lake Oaks, California, with his wife and 2 kids. I paid my debt to society in this matter, and I was not found liable in the civil action, Williams said through his attorney. But he did spend time for the criminal action, and that's the end of the story. Now, if you look back through the truth about Scientology, Gabriel Williams, sorry, no matches found. Look, Gabe Williams, sorry, no matches found. Here, let me pop open. It is not. Yeah, we're not going there. Why, oh why? Because I'm not looking in the right. I love it when I can't find things. It is right here. Dead air, dead air. Search results, Gabe Williams. That's because I am looking for it in the wrong one. There we go. Search results for Gabe Williams. No matches found. And Jennifer Stewart. Let's look for her. Let's see if we can find her. No matches there. Amazing how they take, of course, this is just people that are in the publications. And then her father was Michael. No matches there. Well, they don't put people in publications when they do bad things, that's for sure. So let's talk about some of these crimes and who was involved. We have a cover-up of sexual abuse of a minor. We have child labor, working 12-hour days at 16 and 17 years old. We have threats, fair gaming, threats of death threats, violence. Cover up of the sexual assault again. Interference with an investigation. Obstruction of justice. I mean, let's be real here. Williams was charged and went to jail for the criminal aspect of it. There is really no reason why she should have been not able to file and win that civil suit. Of course, $700,000 is a large chunk of money, and they're not going to talk about the specifics of what all of the results are. Now, I did try an email. I found an email on a Facebook page for Jennifer Stewart Gorman, and I did try to DM her, but nobody's answered. And I'm sure she probably took the deal and without being able to say anything to anybody, but she has spoken up against the church since. So that's kind of interesting. So let's look up let's just pop into here. Let's just look. LinkedIn, Gabriel Williams, San Francisco, California. LinkedIn is such a good resource. Data analytics, web, spot apps. Co-founder, Sunchaser.io, self-employed. No, I don't really want to know about Event Labs. Saint Development Manager, Cloud City Development. Lead developer, self-employed. Let's see what else there is. Please go away. Lead developer, 9 by Blue. Software developer. University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. 2009. Is a great developer as a software test engineer. Timothy Partee. Show all 15 experiences. So, Sun Chaser, July 2003. Let's see, what's Sun Chaser? Collaborative on-call for engineering teams. View your pager duty schedules, connect channels on a rotation. Three employees work in the United States. Sorry guys, not meaning to go off on a tangent. Just trying to figure out how to see who his employees are, because it doesn't. And we've got dogs barking. Wonderful. Well, that didn't give us a whole heck of a lot. But let's see, Sun Chaser IO. Solar installation, Sun Chaser. Let's see if we need to IO in there. Here we go. They don't have very much on their page, do they? Seamless add-on. Looks like an app for your on-call for, looks like a scam. Docs. So I was just seeing if it was linked to any Scientology businesses. I don't think it is, but we are a self-funded independent crew of 3 who all felt the burden of being on call. We've watched as the biggest players in the space focus more on making investors happy than on the developers who use their tools daily. We're not interested in taking investment or raising capital. Instead, we hope to build a sustainable business in tools you love. There's the email address if anybody's interested. No credit card required. Huh. Okay, well that was definitely a rabbit hole. So, to review, let me go back to Scientology, the sexual assault nightmare. So I will leave that up to you guys if you want to do any more homework. But there was a criminal case. The criminal case was won. He went to jail. She filed a civil case. The civil case was settled. So unfortunately, The civil case didn't get into record, but the criminal case did, and Scientology is not named in the criminal case. So with that, I'm going to close out and we'll look at a new one. Thank you very much.